One of my own criticism about Mind Blast is that it's been written by a mind which has been in Harare too long. If I had written the book from outside Harare, I think it would have been a totally different one.
In what way?
Well, because you see, I've been within Harare for too long. I can no longer see Harare from outside. And so...
But you did when you wrote Mind Blast, didn't you?
No, I was writing Mind Blast here in Harare.
When I read it, I have the feeling that it's an outsider. For instance, the appendix to the journal.
Mm-hmm.
It's an outsider being in Harare after 10 years of exile. That's my experience.
Well, the appendix actually, I'll tell you why it's like that. It was actually a journal I kept for about 3 months when I was sleeping in the parks and in the streets with my rucksack and sleeping bag. I was also carrying my typewriter. Now, you see, I was simply at a loss. I really thought that everything had come to an end. Today, once more, where will I sleep? Where will I go? What food can I find? I was reduced to basics. And suddenly those basics, those practical things about somewhere to sleep, about food and so on, had become very important. And with each sunrise, I would have to get away from wherever I'd be sleeping, because when you're sleeping in the streets, you don't want the police to find you there under the edge. You're arrested for a vagrant or a suspected thief. In other words, I became aware of each day as it was passing. And also, I was living purely on a 12-hour basis. The 12 hours of daylight and the 12 hours of nighttime. During the day it will be all right, because you can always walk into a bar and sit down and ask for a glass of water, and they won't throw you out. But then come sunset and nighttime, you'd simply be forced to find somewhere to sleep. Now, all these ordinary things, those basics with which I had started in the House of Hunger, had now come back physically for me. It was as if I had done a full circle. Because after all, House of Hunger was written in Oxford. And now here I was.
But is it still about the same spiritual hunger?
I don't really know. Each time I read it, I mean the journal, the appendix. Each time I read that, as soon as I finish it, I simply rush out of here and just try and get drunk. It's very personal to me, that section. And everything in it is totally true. Apart from the name Olga, I changed her name. Her real name was Karin, from Frankfurt. And I don't know. You see what she helped me by, she was teaching at Mutoko, and she knew that, she said to me that, look, during the week when I'm teaching, I cannot come and help you. But every Friday afternoon, I will come to Harare and book us a hotel room. So that during the week, I'd be sleeping in the streets or typing to Silk Square and so on and so on. But I would always know that at Friday afternoon, Karin would arrive, and she would wash my clothes in the hotel room and let them dry, because you see, she'd have to go back teaching on Monday, which meant we'd only be together Friday night and Saturday, and then she'd go back on Sunday to start teaching on Monday. And she always gave me food. She would take me to a good restaurant, buy me, really good food. She said I must eat. And then I think after you eat, I think go to our hotel room and sleep. Just rest or type, whatever you want to do. And then afterwards, let's go for a drink and let's go and dance. I was having a normal life by installments. Because each Sunday morning we'd wake up and I would know that, well, she's going back to school to teach, and I'm now going back into the streets to survive. That's why that journal section is very important to me. Very few of them speak out that, hey, I'm not having this, and they came and took away my manuscripts. They are doing this. Most of them just remain silent. They suffer in silence, and actually ask, what kind of work do you allow? Then I'll write the work you allow. What kind? And then they're told, and they write. If only writers here would know that they have rights. But the difficulty I find is that most of them are not convinced that writing is a profession, and an honorable one at that, and that it should be protected by society and by the writers themselves. Most of them, you see, think of writing as just something you do in your spare time. Yeah. I don't see much future for literature here if our own writers continue censoring themselves and continue thinking of their writing as just something they do after they've come back from the office. That's why I think they are reluctant to speak out or to defend me when I get into trouble with the censorship board. They think I deserve what I get. That well, Dambudzo has gone too far. He criticizes too much, and he's always talking and this and that. So we'll have nothing to do with him. If he's arrested, he's arrested. It's nothing to do with us.
So there's not much solidarity between the writers here?
Oh no, there is solidarity among themselves. But I'm on my own.
But their solidarity is, let's keep silent.
Yeah, let's do whatever the government approves of. About anything else, let's keep our mouths shut. That's why I was telling you about loneliness, about the way isolation here can actually sometimes drives me crazy. That's why I said also, that if there were just one or two other people who thought like me, or at least not like me, and I don't want clones, people who just think the way I do, no. But people who are also engaged writers, committed writers, who really whom you will know that anytime I get into trouble, this writer will speak out for me, get me lawyers, and find and really protect me. Because you see, it's only the committed writer who knows that if he allows another writer to be arrested and that you do not protest on his behalf, then you will be the next victim. My whole upbringing and my whole experience, whether in Rhodesia or now in Zimbabwe or when I was in London, my whole experience has taught me that whenever I am in trouble with the officials, with the police or whoever is the official, for me, I accept it as natural that, oh yeah, shit, once more the pigs are kicking me around. In other words, for me, I see it as a natural condition. Look, if nothing was to happen to me for quite a long time, I would start thinking there was something wrong. Yeah, I've been brought up and I've lived the kind of life whereby you think life is normal only when you're being beaten about or you're having hassles, or the landlord is kicking you out, and so on and so on. So my whole experience has taught me to accept abnormality as normal. And so when things are are quiet and I've no problems, then I always say to myself, shit, I wonder what's wrong.